those last days before the funeral, I went to go see Miss Culpepper. And I can tell you, I got an earful. And you know what? She was always spreading the word. Spreading the word because you know what? She had a good son, and her son would spread that word too. And you should be very proud. So, very proud. Very proud. Okay. Our next Hall of Fame recipient is an individual that worked with many, many people over the years, including, some of you remember the name Al Carey, and all the regional managers that have been a part of the LA area for a long time. I remember when this individual worked for me. And she would enlighten me on a lot of different things. And you know what? I'll never forget a story that she told. She told the story of about when she was working in the LA plant. And she was out in the LA plant sorting product. Okay? She was a packer, packing the cases. And she says, you know what? I told myself I thought I could get one of those office jobs. She says, I wanted one of those office jobs. So she went to the head man at the office and she says, you know what? I would like to have one of these office jobs. And Dora, what was the man's name at the time? Carlos. This was the head guy at the LA plant. Well, he asked Dora, he said, Dora, can you operate a 10-key calculator? And she says, no, I don't know how to mess around with no calculator. So Carlos looked back at Dora and said, Dora, if you learn how to operate this 10-key calculator, I'll see to it that you can get a job here in the office. Well, Dora, the type of person she is, went and applied herself to learning this 10-key calculator. When she learned it, she came back to the boss and said, hey, I know how to operate a 10-key calculator. And she got the job in the office, okay? And what it talks about is the type of person that Dora is. When she wants to do something, she puts her mind to it, and she does it. I think about her retirement right now. She and her husband Bob have planned this house out in the mountains for many, many years. And you know what? She has made that dream come true. This individual had spent a total of 35 years giving herself to Frito-Lay. That is a commitment like you never see anymore, right? People are here 5 years, 3 years, and they're gone. But Dora Hartman, we want to welcome you into the Hall of Fame and congratulate you on all your years of service. Well, there are some people in the room also that have worked with Dora for a long time. Barbara, Jeannie, and Sandy Lightfoot. If you don't know, these individuals gave more than 25 years of their lives or more. Sandy Lightfoot, who I work with at the main office in Irvine, Sandy, stand up, has 35 years with Frito-Lay. So. 35 years. They weren't even born. Hey, Sandy don't look a day over 35. All right, Dora, thank you for all your years of service. Where's your husband, Bob? Where's Bob? Hey, Bob, stand up because you know what? He ate a lot of Fritos, Cheetos, and Doritos. All right. Our next individual, I'm going to ask one of the salespeople to come up and talk about it, because this individual also gave 35 years of their life to the company. And unfortunately, we lost this individual a little while ago, and his family had a wonderful service for him. I had a chance to go to that. And I'm going to ask that Joe Goldwasser come up. Joe spent many years on the dock with Mr. Gary Hedgepat. Gary Hedgepat, if you didn't know him, was usually the first man at the building every morning. And I'll let Joe go into a little bit, and then we'll recognize his family. Okay, Joe, tell him about Gary.
Big crowd. About 20 years ago, I came to Frito-Lay, and one of the first people I met was named Gary Hedgepat, who had already been working for the company for 15 years. A year and a half later, we became partners on a two-man team, at which time I learned more in a month than I had in the previous time at the company. His vast knowledge about the business and problem solving made me look forward to going to work every day to face all the new challenges. He was an extremely fast worker. One day while building a display, I told him to slow down so I could do my fair share. And his response was, "Then we'll never get out of here." He had a sense of humor. For example, a couple of years ago, he came to work one morning and told us, the early crew, that his ex-wife had come over, and she had spent the night. They were talking about going back together. We spent a couple hours that morning trying to talk him out of it. Better get a lawyer and prenuptial agreement before getting remarried. I told him he was crazy and she only wanted him for his money. Just before leaving to go to the ride, he called me over and said, "What's today's date?" I replied, "April 1st. And he said, "April 4th. He had us all going that morning. And I told him I would get even, and I never did. We had a good laugh about it. I understand he had a tape of it too. He was taping part of the conversation. I have never heard it. His family told me he played it for them. He gave Frito-Lay 35 years of hard work, and I'm a better person for knowing him the last 20. I think about him every day on the job because most of what I do he taught me, and taught me well. Thank you, and I also wish to thank the company for the recognition given to Gary.
Come up and accept the flowers as recognition of going into the Hall of Fame. All right. All right, who's going to come up and say a few words? Kenny, come on up, man. You're the
I just want to thank you all. For several years, your names don't come to me right away, but my dad had a lot of you. Thank you.
All right. To the Hedgepat family. We know your dad was up early every morning. He is responsible for helping us build this place. This Hall of Fame is just a small thing that we can do to recognize the years of service that your dad gave to the company. Okay, so congratulations. Now, this other individual, for those of you that go way back to the LA plant days, how many of you went back to the LA plant? We're in the old LA West. Dave Pierce, I see. Tommy, Ken Brennan, Louis remembers it. Where the LA West building is right now, there used to be a plant. We used to make our products there. There's an individual in our room today that goes back to that LA plant and just recently announced his retirement from Frito-Lay after 37 years with the company. You know, he worked in the plant every day, but after the plant went away, he still was a part of our facility there in LA. And when I was the zone manager there was somebody that would knock on my door early every morning, and when I'd see him, I'd say, "Come and tell him." Because this is a Frenchman also. Very proud Frenchman.
10 years, you never said.
But this man has given 37 years of his company and has been a part of our operations team all that time. And you know what? Sometimes you won't even know he's there because he's always taking care of business, doing his job, and then later on he even had some other jobs on the side, taking care of his family. So Tony, Bernard, if you would please come up, we want to welcome
I've been with Frito-Lay my 18th year, and I've had the honor and privilege of knowing Tony for those 18 years. Tony, when I first started with Frito-Lay, Tony actually was one of my employees, worked for me back in LA West, and I'm sorry, LA plant was a plant. And the thing I remember about Tony most is that everybody liked and respected Tony. And I think Kevin alluded to, Tony took care of business, was always on time, and was always dependable. And then I moved out after Rally West. I went to Royal Gold and spent 12 years and had the honor of coming back and having Tony work in my team again. So the one thing I'm going to miss about Tony is that Tony didn't need any supervision. Tony didn't need to be told what to do. He always took care of business and got things done, and he was there every single day of those 37 years, or the 18 that I was with him. So I'm definitely going to miss him. I wish him the best. And just as a small token, we've got him a gift certificate from Robinson May, and we've got him a plaque. Because Tony's got 2 more weeks with me, so he hasn't officially ended it today. Valley
That's the best boss I ever got.
Last but not least, if you are a member of Fonte's family, Gary's family, Dora's family, or Tony's family, would you please stand up?